What is our priority? We give justice to your curiosity. The latest news is spotted only here on LD News, giving you the latest and most credible news for today. The escalating conflict in Russia and Ukraine is still being experienced. The invasion of Ukraine by Russia is Europe's largest military mobilization since World War II. The ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine began in February 2014, following the Ukrainian Revolution of Crimea, and was initially focused on the status of Crimea and parts of the Donbas, both of which are internationally recognized as being part of Ukraine. The Russian annexation of Crimea 2014 and the war in Donbas 2014 present between Ukraine and Russian-backed separatists, as well as naval incidents, cyber warfare, and political tensions, mark the first 8 years of the conflict. Following a Russian military buildup on the Russia-Ukraine border beginning in late 2021, the conflict escalated substantially on February 24, 2022, when Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. In 2021 and early 2022, there was a major Russian military buildup around Ukraine's borders. NATO, a security alliance of 30 countries from North America and Europe, whose mission is to protect the Allies' independence and security by political and military methods, has accused Russia of planning an invasion, which Russia denies. Mr. Putin, the Russia's president, does not want Ukraine to join NATO for several reasons. He wants Russia and Ukraine to be one, and because of the collapse of the Soviet Union happened in 1991, the US assured President Gorbachev that NATO would not extend to the east, according to Russian accusations. Instead, several countries on the other hand joined NATO. Russian President Vladimir Putin has described NATO's expansion as a threat to his country and has demanded that Ukraine be banned from joining the military alliance at any time. Keep in mind that Ukraine is Europe's second largest country with access to the Black Sea and a border to the east with Russia. Russia issued an ultimatum to the West, demanding that they not approve Ukraine's application to join NATO, and that they remove their soldiers from the two-country border and remain silent. The Westerners rejected Putin's request, stating that any independent state can join the alliance in accordance with their open-door policy. Ukraine's President Mr. Vladimir Zelensky confirmed that his country supports NATO. Russia recognized the two self-proclaimed separatist governments in the Donbas on February 21, 2022, and openly sent soldiers into the region and attacked Ukraine 3 days later. Russia has been widely condemned for its actions in post-revolutionary Ukraine, accusing it of breaking international law and infringing on the Ukrainian sovereignty. Many countries impose economic penalties on Russia. Russia persons or Russian companies, particularly after the invasion of 2022. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine has three main effects on the global economy: financial sanctions, commodity prices, and supply chain distributions. Meanwhile, the number of deaths and injuries in both countries continues to rise and increase. There are various estimations of the casualties in both countries. The exact number will not yet announced until the war is over. Hope the war stops, as it will never bring growth to the economy. Remember what James Madison said: "No nation could preserve its freedom in the midst of continual warfare." You have been heard the latest news around the globe. Again, this is LD News. News with no bias, news with no exceptions, delivering nothing but the truth. This has been Luis Luzara, bringing you the latest news. Thank you for being with me.